What's going on, people? CP3 Sports on the Hill podcast down here at Martini, 725 Katy Drive, Fort Washington. Come on down. I know it's probably hard to leave the house after watching that game in the first half, but we got the Cowboys Green Bay game on. Green Bay's looking like they're trying to make some noise on a return. Just got some good field position. We got the WNBA Mystics playing the Connecticut Sun. It's halftime in that game, 43-39. Unfortunately, Connecticut went on an 8-0 run to close out the first half. They were up 41-31, but Connecticut went on a little run, so they up 41-30, 41-39. Hopefully, they can get their momentum back and continue and try to get Game 3 in the WNBA Finals. As I talked about earlier, we got the Nats in the NLDS at 7:45 tonight. But you know I'll definitely be tuned in watching because we hope the Nationals can continue their winning ways and get that victory at home and hopefully have a clinching Game 4 tomorrow right before Sports of the Hill podcast on True Radio Network, which will be coming to you early tomorrow from 5:30 to 6:40 up until first pitch of the Nationals game. We'll break down this Redskins loss, which I'm going to break down some now. We'll talk about the outcome of the Mystics game. We'll definitely talk about the outcome of Game 3 of the NLDS and preview Game 4. I mentioned in the pregame, Max Scherzer will not be pitching tonight. He'll be pitching Game 4 tonight. Anibal Sanchez is going. So he's going against Ryu, who I don't want to even try to pronounce his first name. But those are some of the pleasant things in DC sports. Now we have to talk about the unpleasant things in DC sports, which is the Washington Redskins. This game was, as I said in the pregame, I didn't really see a way for the Redskins to defeat the Patriots just with all the issues they're having, not just the regular issues, but play calling, defense not being effective, just total discombobulation. But before I jump on Jay's throat, I'm going to point out some of the good things, the few good things that I saw in this game. Got to take your hat off to Greg Minuski for the first half of defense. We saw some variety. We saw some creativity. We actually saw Ryan Kerrigan lined up on the left side of the line and causing pressure. So we've mentioned that several times on this post game and on my show that Ryan Kerrigan is always on the same side. Elite pass rushers are moved around. They're over the guard, they're over the center, over the left side, right side. So we saw Kerrigan moved around. We saw more pressure from Greg Minuski. Didn't see as much zone in the first half. We saw the front seven actually be dominant. They held the Patriots to only 17 yards rushing in the first half. You heard that the Patriots aren't really a strong running team, and they put up about 100 yards in the second half rushing because they wore the Redskins defense down because the offense was ineffective. I said last week they only put up 3 points against the lowly Giants. They would be lucky if they scored against the Patriots defense, who is number one ranked statistically and in points given up, only 6.8. They gave up 7 points today, so they're right on par for their average. So it was ugly from start to beginning. Well, I can't say from start to beginning. It was ugly from after the Sims touchdown to the end of the game. And we, as I tweeted out, we know that was not a Jay Gruden play call. Jay Gruden doesn't call jet sweeps to the wide receivers. He does through 3-yard tight end screens and 2-yard wide receiver screens instead of running the ball with Adrian Peterson. But for some reason, he does not want to give that man the ball. We saw last week on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, he's doing passes and giving the ball to Chris Thompson in the middle. And it's sickening, it's maddening, it's frustrating. And I understand how the fans feel. We know why the stadium always has the opposing fans in the stadium because the Redskins fans refuse to go to see this product that we've been seeing for 5 years and 5 weeks. And it's all the same bullshit. So as I reported earlier, it's not confirmed, but I talked to my sources at Redskins Park. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be having a press conference at Monday at 10 o'clock where either Jay Gruden will be resigning or he will be fired. It's not confirmed, so I don't want nobody going to say I said it was going to happen. These are people that I talk to and around the park and people that I know. So hopefully that day comes soon because the Jay Gruden chapter should have been over, in my opinion. let's look at the stats. You really don't have to. The score pretty much says it all. But I did a first half and second half comparison. It's the first time I've tried this just to see and track Jay's ineffectiveness at adjustments. First half, the defense, like I said, played well. I got to give Grabanuski credit for the first half. Second half was like an avalanche. Once Belichick and the offense for the Patriots made their adjustments, and we know the inability of the Redskins staff to make adjustments, we knew it's pretty much over. I mean, they gave you hope in the beginning that, yeah, they might be able to make it look respectable. But in the end, 33-7, it is what it is. But this team definitely has a lot to work on. And I believe deeply that if Jay Gruden is fired, we will see a better team and a better product on the field, because it's like they don't want to play for this dude, it seems like to me. You don't see the will and the want to win from this team for 60 minutes. You'll see it in a half, but you won't see it for a whole 4 quarters, because like the team already knows that Jay's over his head pretty much. And it's like, why continue to go out there and bust my ass and risk injury and risk, whatever, when your coach doesn't give a damn and your coach isn't putting you in a position to win. And I understand the frustration from the fans. I mean, it's just time for a change. Appreciate y'all checking out the Facebook Live. I didn't go IG Live this time. I had a couple little difficulties with the hooking up to the Wi-Fi. So we just go on Facebook Live for the post game this week. What's up, DC People's Chat? What's up, Jose? What's up, Chris? I know you got something to say. I know I'm going to get some comments from you. DC's People Chat said Jay Gruden should be fired now. Yeah, he should have been fired 2 weeks ago. He should have been fired 2 years ago. But we are where we are. I'm hoping the news that I heard is true and will be confirmed tomorrow, because I'm sick of this dude. I'm sick of even talking about this dude as the head coach, to the point now where I'm writing baseball and hockey articles. I don't even feel like writing about the Redskins, because it's the same story every week. It doesn't change. DC People said after watching the post-game show, check out it's a good plug. Check out the No Spots Card podcast with a new wrestling promotion for DC. Check it out. DC People Champ every Friday night on True Radio. Make sure you check it out. Chris, what's up? He said we're lucky missed tackles led to our only touchdown. Yeah, it was. That's what I said in the beginning. I mean, there were no keys to victory, because I didn't feel there was a way this team would be able to beat the Patriots. And I've never felt that way about any football team in any football game. It's always any given Sunday. But when you take into account that it's the Redskins and Jay Gruden is the coach, it's just Jay Gruden is just too much of an obstacle to get over for any team, I believe. And once he's done from here, he will never coach in the NFL again. That's my word. I put that on everything. There you go. What's up, Hiss? He said, no need to keep talking and make excuses about y'all 0-5 start. Hey, there ain't no excuses. I've never made excuses, Chris. Ain't no reason to troll, bro. I'll never make excuses with a team. I tell you what it is. I tell you why they lost. I tell you why they win. That's what we do here on Sports on the Hill podcast. Greg says, if he gets fired, who will take his place? Well, if you read my article, Greg, that I put out last week, they can always promote Bill Callahan, the head coach. Let Kevin O'Connor run the offense like he's supposed to. Let him get some experience, and then keeps Jay's offense installed. Off season, change things up. If O'Connor wants to take over the head coach, let him. Look what happened when McVay left. He's in L.A. took the team to the damn Super Bowl. And we still sitting 0-5 with no hopes of playoffs no time soon with this dude coaching the team. I know you're optimistic and, think the team can overcome this. I've heard people all week talking about the Redskins was going to upset the world. And, come on now. This is one thing that I try to get through to folks, that you can't have unrealistic expectations for the team, and then when the team doesn't meet it, you want to get upset, get mad, cuss, and fuss. I mean, come on now. The Patriots are the Patriots, playing good ball. Defense is winning the games for them, and we've seen what the Redskins have looked like, especially last week against the Giants, who were considered the laughingstock of the league, but they have 2 victories. The Redskins have none. So it's just sickening and maddening all at the same time. Chris says, I have been given ample time. Jay Gruden stayed at the post. I know Jay is going to be so full of crap at the podium today. It makes no point. I don't even watch his post games anymore. I just watch Twitter and see what dumb stuff he says that they tweet out after the fact. Yeah, he's a coach for now. For now is the emphasis. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow we'll be getting breaking news that he will be given his pink slip and will ride off to the sunset and go back to Arena Football League, wherever the hell he wants to go. But I doubt if he'll ever be an NFL coaching again. Maybe not even offensive coordinator, because what has he really proven as an offensive guru here in D.C. with his offensive? They've always been inconsistent. They've always been sporadic. They've never had an identity. He's never stuck with the run. And what have they really amounted? Kurt got garbage yards. You know, he garbage yarded his way into an $84 million contract in Minnesota. Those were garbage yards, garbage points that he was putting up against prevent defenses when the game was already out of hand. They gave up 33 unanswered points to New England and couldn't even get a garbage touchdown this week. Jay Gruden, I mean, you can point the fingers at everything, at the defense, at injuries, at whatever. We've been doing that. Same result. A losing team with a coach that makes excuses when he loses. And then when he wins, he wants to act like he's the king of the world. It's a sickening madness situation. That's all I can keep repeating, man. I mean, you can't defend his actions no more. I mean, some of the play calls in this game, I mean, on 3rd and 2, when you have a Hall of Fame running back in your backfield, you're bootlegging the pocket with Colt McCoy trying to get 2 yards. Then you bring in Chris Thompson to try to get 2 yards up the gut. Then you even bring in Smallwood. AP had 7 carries for 18 yards. Smallwood had 6 carries for 27. But it's all in the position you put them in. AP likes to run 6 yards deep in the backfield with no blocking back. Have you seen him line up 6 yards deep in the backfield? The limited touches he's had. That man has 40 touches in 5 games. What starting running back in the NFL has 40 touches in 5 games? Unless your coach is trying to prove a point that he shouldn't be trying to prove at the expense of his team. But that's what we see week in and week out. What's up, Robert? He said, we are done without any leadership, pretty much. And it goes from the top down. And buck stops with Jay. If the team isn't prepared, if the game plan isn't right, the offense isn't flowing, I mean, you can point fingers all you want, but the buck's supposed to stop with the head coach. What's up, cuz? What's up, Mark? Yeah, they're trash, but they're not as bad as I feel like they show on the field. When you have lack of coaching and lack of, game plan and preparation, it makes everything worse. The team has talent. We saw the flashes of talent in the first half. We saw it, but unfortunately, it doesn't last 60 minutes with this team because all 3 phases of the team aren't working together. The offense isn't carrying the defense when the defense is down. The defense isn't carrying the offense when the defense is down. So it's – hey, how y'all doing? We got more folks coming in down here. Like I said, we streaming live down here. Martini, 725 Katy Drive, Fort Washington. Come on down. Good food, good drinks. We got the second game on, Cowboys, Packers. We got the WNBA Finals on, the Mystics and the Sun. We got the Nationals playing tonight at 7:45. Come on down. Check it out. Come chill with your boy. I even get you a drink. Come on through. But it's a sad state for Redskins fans, for the Redskins organization. And honestly, this dude has really done nothing since he's been here. What's up, champ? He said Skins got talent. Starting to remind him of Bruce Adams, starting to remind him of Ernie Brunfield. Gruden was never the right choice. Problem is now, resolve the Trent Williams situation, get a first-round draft pick, draft 2 of the best O-line next spring. I mean, that's a great synopsis and try the thing you can do, but the Trent Williams situation, from what my understanding is, once Jay Gruden is gone, Trent Williams will probably be returning back to Redskins the next day. That I'm hearing that more of the issue isn't with the medical staff and yada yada yada, and more of the issue is with Jay Gruden. If you tuned in the Hertz house a couple of weeks ago when we were down here at Martinis, we dug into that because he has more insight as a Redskins part than I do. So there's a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes that a lot of folks aren't privy to. We really can't talk about it because our sources can't really allow us to, because if it does come out, they know it's only a few people that know these things and yada, 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 yada. But the Trent situation, I think, will be resolved shortly once Jay Gruden is fired. Bruce Allen, as I said in the pregame, as I've said over and over again, I have no problem with Bruce Allen. Granted, I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he hasn't made mistakes. But he's helped this team and been more positive than negative for this team. Everyone has their opinion. I don't have a problem with y'all feeling like he should be gone. If he's gone, he's gone. I'm not tripping. Ain't no stock in it for me. I'm just telling you how I feel and what I see. That's it. Some folks get upset about it, but nothing that I can't do. But it's next week we have Miami, who is also 0-4. I believe they have a bye week this week. I don't think they play this week. So there's a possibility this team can go 0-6. Just think about that. I haven't even, matter of fact, Miami's playing now. I believe they have a 14-0 lead. Matter of fact, now that I'm back in the Hertz House Invitational doing fantasy football, I'm having to track these things. And where did it go? No, that wasn't Miami. That was Denver and the Chargers. I got somebody playing in that game too. Well, neither here nor there. Getting back to my point. This team is so bad under Jay Gruden that they could possibly lose to the Dolphins. And if you lose to the Giants, who was supposed to be so bad with the rookie quarterback, and then you lose to the Dolphins, who are bad on the field, what does that really say about this team and this coach? Uh-oh, Brittany done jumped on. Let's see what she is. She already going there. Please tell me he's going to get fired. Like I say, that's the word. That's what I've heard. That's what I'm hoping. And I know that's what I hope a whole lot of folks are hoping. I don't know if they even should wait till tomorrow at 10. They should go ahead and do it now. The fact that he's doing a post game, which I don't know. For some reason, Bruce and Dan are hesitant to pull the trigger on this. I don't know why. But like I said, from the folks I heard, that I talked to, tomorrow, hopefully it will be happening. But let's talk about, like I said, I'm going to talk about some of the good. Steven Sims, they got him involved in the game. He had a nice 65-yard touchdown run, aided by good blocking and bad tackling. And that was pretty much the bright spot of the offense, pretty much. Defense, like I mentioned earlier, I like the way they were playing. They showed fight throughout the whole game, but when you're going up against a team that knows how to make adjustments and find your weak spots, and the Redskins have many, it isn't, when you have a team like the Patriots and a Hall of Fame quarterback like Tom Brady that knows how to read defenses, knows how to use his eyes, use his legs to buy time, and every little thing, every little trick in the book to be successful. It was really, only a matter of time before they figured out what the Redskins were doing. Because, honestly, they did what they had to do, because the first 4 weeks of the season, they were so vanilla. So if they would have stuck to that game plan, it would have been a lot uglier than the 33-7. It would probably been like the 52-7 was the last game that I went to at FedEx when the Patriots beat the Redskins about 10 years ago, I believe. But they had to switch up. They had to do something different, because if they did the same zone press and zone man coverage with playing 5 to 8 yards off the wide receivers, even though the wide receivers aren't that good for the Patriots besides Edelman, they would have carved them up even worse than they did. Tom Brady broke Peyton Manning's and Brett Favre's passing records that quick. And the Mystics are up 65-55 over Connecticut with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Look like they've got it back together after that 8-0 run by Connecticut. So you can always check that out on ESPN. The Mystics doing well. They're trying to close out the third quarter on a nice little run. And like I said, DC sports isn't all bad, even though the Redskins are stinking up the joint. We do have some quality DC sports in the area. Watch the Mystics, watch the Nationals. Like I said, come on down. Watch the game with us. Check it out. Bring it to the defense at least. Try. Yeah, the defense played their heart out. You saw, I feel like they was embarrassed the first 4 weeks of the season with their numbers and their performance. And we saw them, we saw will, we saw want, we saw passion out there from the defense. Unfortunately, we didn't see it from the whole team on all sides of the ball. But like I say, it's a step in the right direction. But there is no more room for more victory. So take it as it is what it is. Sham says O'Connell married to Haskins, or they need to find a coach to commit to Haskins. I'm not really sure. I mean, O'Connell, he's a up-and-coming OC. I don't see him being as picky and egotistical as Jay is about, whatever. So this is his first shot at being offensive coordinator. I don't feel like he'll be that way as, he doesn't want Haskins or whatever. We saw the report of Jay coming out saying he didn't want Haskins. But I don't really see O'Connell having that issue. I don't know personally, but I wouldn't think that a young up-and-coming offensive coordinator with the potential to be a head coach would, have that issue coming out the gate. That's more of a Jay Gruden trait. What's up, Tiffany? Appreciate you chiming in. Say Greg Vanessa needs to go. Nothing else would change if Bruce is staying. I mean, that's not a lot of people feel. Like I said, I'm not going to knock your opinion. That's what it is. I have my opinion. You have yours. Greg Boneski, I mean, that's kind of a catch-22 right there because a lot of folks, I don't know if y'all remember, but Tom Sula, who is the defensive line coach, who is one of the best defensive line coaches in the league, was about to leave the staff, which would definitely hurt the defense, but he stuck around because the Redskins stuck with Minuski. Now, if you fire Minuski, I would love to have Tom Sula upgraded to the defensive coordinator. But the question is, would he stay after his boy gets fired? We don't know. So that's something else to think about. I mean, there's some quality. You have Rob Ryan on the staff. Not really a big Rob Ryan fan, but something is better than nothing. Eric Bieniemy, he's looking for a head coaching gig. Maybe he might take a defensive coordinator gig. I don't know. But, I mean, there are options out there. Like I said, I like the fact that he switched it up this week. And I said you can't just playing the defense all the time. The offense not being effective and putting the defense on the field over and over and over and over again. Tress Way had 7 punts today. 7. He's been the MVP of the team since he's been with the team, I might as well say. If it wasn't for Tress Way, this team would be looking a lot worse because he flips the field position with his punt. He averaged like 53 yards punting today. I mean, and that's the sad fact that your punter is the MVP of your team, the most consistent player on your team. So, I mean, defense has talent. We've seen Minuski at least make some adjustments. But as I mentioned in the second half, I mean, when you're going against the Patriots, you know what they do. We've seen what they do over and over again. We've seen them come back in the Super Bowl from Atlanta 28-3. So it speaks for itself. This team needs help. We know that. I think the help will be once Jay Gruden is gone. Once he leaves, I feel like the team is going to have a whole different outlook, a whole different feel, a whole different mentality, and you're going to see a lot more want and will from this team. So it's pretty much nothing else I have to say about this game because I knew pretty much what it was. Like I said, I haven't had this feeling about this team or a football game ever in my life, and it's the first time for everything. But as I said, tomorrow night, Sports on the Hill podcast, True Radio Network. I might just be down here broadcasting live for the show. I'm going to check with Robbie, see what's up. He might be able to run the board. If he can run the board, I'm going to see if I can get down here, broadcast live right before the game, check the game out down here. Make sure y'all come on down to Martinis, 725 Katy Drive in Fort Washington. Bars open, kitchens open, folks coming in for the second game, and the WNBA, and the Mystics, and the Nationals. Redskins fans, keep your head up. Hopefully there will be better days. I don't know. I'm not saying there will be as long as – damn, Ken, my bad. I must have missed the other 3. I must have been taking notes on those other 3. Apparently Tress Way had 10 punts with a 50-yard average. So those last 3 didn't hit the 53. So that's right. They were maybe on a shorter field or whatever. But that's a sad fact that your punter has to punt the ball 10 times in a football game. That's – state of the say that's a real state of the offense. It is what it is. But I'm going to get out of here, get the rest to watch this Mystics game, get ready for the Nats game. Appreciate y'all checking out the post game. As I said, tomorrow, 5:30, Sports on the Hill podcast, True Radio Network, NLDS preview show. We're going to talk some Nationals, of course. We're going to talk Mystics, outcome of this game. We're going to talk Redskins a little bit. Ain't really too much to talk about, so like I said, a little bit. And we'll talk some Capitals also with the NHL season starting. Capitals 2-1. We talked about that in the pregame. But as always, appreciate y'all checking us out. Sports on the Hill podcast, True Radio Network, DC Sports by the Politics. You know what it is. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just a motto. It's what we do. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. And I'm out.